Everybody, how's it going? It's Longboy R8237 here. Today I'm going to show you how to do the maintenance on the capstan drive self-propelled system on the Longboy lawnmowers. Things we are going to be doing today are greasing the drive roller bearings, and it's hard to see on the camera here, but let me lower this down some. See this white thing back here? That's the transmission, and there's a grease fitting on there. So I will show you how to do how to grease that. Additionally, we will also be putting some grease on the clutch mechanism behind this wheel. So stay tuned. You will need a grease gun to do this job. What's going to happen is whenever we grease this, we want to see grease coming out in between this plastic and this metal back here. You can see the plug inside my roller has a grease gun fitting, a Zerk, but a lot of the lawnmowers actually, they had a big a Phillips, a flathead screw that you would undo, fill the cavity with grease, then tighten it back on, and that's what would actually force grease through this plastic, or it's actually bronze inside of there, that bearing. I'm going to be showing you how to do it with the Zerk way, with the grease gun, but the other way is exactly the same. I'll show you some pictures in the Longboy service book. Here in the Longboy service book, you can see this plug. It looks like a flathead. It has a flathead screwdriver. What you do, you fill this cavity with grease, you make it flush, and you tighten that down, and that will get the grease back there. Here's my transmission. It's really hard to see because it's dark. But right down there, that's my Zerk. My transmission only has one, but some of the older ones, they actually had two Zerks. You can see there's one right there and one right there. On these ones, you actually had to take off the cover to see where the grease was going, and you also had to grease the gears. If you have this, you're going to have to look at your book. But a lot of them, this style where they only have the one Zerk, and we put grease in there, and it greases the gears. So the first thing we will do is grease the capstan drive rollers. I'm going to grease it, and you'll be able to see the grease starting to come out. Don't worry, I'll show you what to do on the other side too. It's kind of hard to film all at one time. That's one pump. No grease is coming out yet. Going to give it another pump. There. Didn't really pick up on the camera, but I'll show you here. Let me come over from this side. On the bottom there, you see that big blob? All the grease came out of the bottom there. Now what I'm going to do is just wipe that up with a rag. And then I'll show you what to do on the other side. Additionally, if you have a lot of grease that's squirted out down in there, you just want to wipe that up. But I'm just going to wipe up that grease with a rag now. One thing you can also do is pull your rope very slowly to turn the shaft so all the grease is on the top. See, now you can see that giant blob of grease. I'm just going to wipe that up. It really makes it easy to do whenever you have a grease gun. Also, it makes it go quicker, and you can get more power in there so grease doesn't leak out of other spots. One thing you can also do is Good. What this grease will do, it will prolong the life of that bronze inside this plastic bushing. Now I'm going to do the gear case because the Zerk's on this side. And then I'll show you how to do the roller on this side. But now we're going to do the transmission. The Zerk on my transmission down here. What I'm going to do is give that about 2 pumps of grease. Some grease will come out of the seams and by the drive from the engine. It's really hard to tell how much to do. I'm going to give it just 2 pumps because it's a big case there, so if a little extra goes in there, it's not going to hurt anything, so I will do that now. So I'm going to give it pump number 1. Sorry that my hand's blocking the view. It's kind of hard to do this. Whoops. This will be pump number 2. And a lot of grease does leak around this Zerk, so there's a lot of wiping up required. So what I'll do is I'll just wipe up any excess grease. Actually, not a lot of grease leaked out on this one. In past times whenever I've greased this, a lot more grease is leaked out around the casing. Now I'm going to show you how to grease the other side with the capstan drive roller. We do grease the other drive rollers, I forgot. The points that we're going to grease over here is this linkage right here. There's also another one down there. And there's one more right here. This is going to be hard to film, so I'm not going to film this. But what you would do is just put a drop of oil there, and a drop down there, and a drop like right there. Okay, so we're on to this side. I will zoom in to show you the grease. I just wanted to kind of show you what it looks like from far away. Just connects like that. Okay. Okay, I could hear it coming out on that one. Show you from the back. Yeah, we've got quite the slug there. Some of these take more than others. The other side I had to do 2 pumps. This one only 1 pump to get this giant slug of grease. So again, you just want to wipe up excess grease so it doesn't attract dirt. Try to get out as much as you can. Just like that. You can see how a little bit of grease leaks out down there. That's okay. But that is how you do, or how to do, maintenance on the capstan drives on a Longboy. It really is important to do this maintenance because there's a lot of people who just take it for granted. They don't do any of the maintenance until one of these bearings go bad. It's something just simple to do. You do it once every 25 hours. Give it a pump of grease. Give the gear case a pump of grease. Especially the gear case. My gears are actually quite worn in there. So I've had to do a lot of shimming with washers. So the grease will just help it stay nice. So thanks for watching, everyone. And if you want to see how to install drive rollers, click the link right up there. Have a nice day.